Summertime is here. The markets are selling hot dog buns, the kids are outside playing volleyball, and what am I doing? I'm reading a book to two other guys that don't feel like reading. I'm telling you, man, this better not be another one of your wild goose chases, said one. If we don't deliver this thing very soon, the name was lost on the wind. It's going to get ugly. He's not used to being kept waiting. This book makes no sense, and you want to know why? It's because you started reading at a random sentence. Fangirl stole him again, huh? Don't worry, he'll be back. It always happens every 2 days or so. Well, if we can't finish reading without him, I guess I'll just play some games or something. Maybe a whole collection of games? Super Monkey Ball is one of my favorite video game franchises. However, an awful lot of people despise a certain entry by the name of Banana Blitz. I, however, have mixed feelings about it. The thing is, some people that hate this game didn't even play the story mode. All they did was play a couple party games, and most likely the bad ones. Those are the kind we'll be talking about today. So the countdown begins. It's the top 20 worst Banana Blitz party games. This fangirl's computer works? That surprises me. This house is a mess. Anyway, number 20 on the list is a party game that's been in just about every installment of the series. Monkey Target was always one of the most popular ones. There was nothing quite like rolling down that awesome slope, opening up your wings, and trying frantically to find the perfect spot to land so you can rack up those points. I even have memories of making my teammates fall off the platform on purpose in the Super Monkey Ball 2 version. Alright, let's see what they did in Banana Blitz. One target. That's it. They took out all the fun of deciding which area you should go to and replaced it with what looks like an ice cream cone slathered with every flavor there was in the whole dang store. Everything was made so simplistic here that it's no wonder people think this is a game for young children. And every party game further into the list will only help prove that. You know, I love Japan. It's an awesome country with such cool ideas. Plus, it's home to Nintendo headquarters. But when they get so much enjoyment out of bouncing a ball on a stick for hours on end, it's stuff like that that makes me worried about society. Of course, the idea was so popular that they had to make a party game out of it, and they called it Keepy Up. All you have to do is keep the ball in the air as it bounces around the walls without letting it fall. Sure, it does get a little addicting, which is why it's only number 19, but you can't help noticing that it's basically Arkanoid without the blocks. Also, they called it Keepy Up. And by the way, that volcano in the background is totally out of place. Hey, you realize it's been a while since Eviltol has said anything whatsoever? Yeah, I'm kinda worried about what the fangirl is doing to him. Oh look, he's back. Is he alright? Pac-Man, do you realize what we've done? We spent so much time talking about a game everyone thinks is childish that it caused a curse. He must have been sent back here for us to take care of him until he turns back to normal. Nice job, the countdown was your idea? You're right. That does it. I'm turning on that game and playing some Bugs Balance. Bugs Balance is pretty much Keepy Up, only there's ladybugs instead of a ball. Also, they stick to you instead of bouncing off. And my god, are you aware of just how lifeless those things are? They just fall onto each other without performing any actions at all. There's also some spiky balls for you to avoid, and if they touch any of your ladybugs, you guessed it, they go flying off your stick without a care in the world. Hey guys, you know you have wings, right? That could have saved you from a concussion. Seriously, when you put absolutely no animation into what you're collecting at this day and age, that just shows you were really desperate to make a $50 game. Yeah, that's how much this game used to cost. A lot of the party games are essentially a poor man's version of something else. If you take the fencing game from Wii Sports Resort and tone it down until it becomes pathetic, you have monkey fencing. They could have made this into some cool combat minigame, but there is literally nothing it has better than any other fencing minigame. Okay, so the background is cool, but that's it. and the controls are sometimes pretty unresponsive. I have never won a match of monkey fencing because of that. What? Well, at least I fixed the problem that Bugs Balance had. That part right there defies every universal law that I can think of. It's simply impossible for this to happen. But it's also hilarious, so it's one other thing this fencing minigame has better than the others. The question is, was it even supposed to be funny? 5 minutes has never been so long unless you are playing this party game. Treasure Submarine is so monotonous. The goal is to collect the most treasure before the timer runs out, but the field is so incredibly large that the objective is much harder than it should be. If you're close, you get a signal on your radar that will be stuck inside your head for days. Don't get your hopes up if you get a signal, because you're not even close to the treasure. You can check to see if you found it by pressing A. A claw extends for the submarine and reaches out in front of it. If you didn't look in the right place, the claw comes out with nothing. So you have to keep trying. This entire process is stupidly tedious. And if you're lucky enough to find something, pretty much everyone will already have 5 treasures by then. Stupid cheaters. I don't know about you, but I'm hungry after such a long minigame. Plus, the next one on the list requires athletic skills, so I guess it's my turn to cook for you guys again. Hey, what about me? You said in a previous countdown that you were terrible at basketball, right? Well, this is a basketball party game, but you do have an excuse to be bad at it, because free throws controls are absolutely horrific. It reminds me of one of those basketball carnival games that looks simple enough, then you pay for it and realize that the hoop is shaped like a figure 8, and you have to have the mathematics skills of Shakantala Devi just to get it in. This would be the perfect time to complain about a notice that occasionally pops up while you're playing a party game. If you're not holding the Wii Remote 100% correct, which is bound to happen on minigames like this, a bubble shows up in the middle of the screen reminding you the correct way to hold it. Saying the obvious doesn't help, and it can sometimes mess you up when you're trying to shoot the darn ball. Also, why are they playing basketball on a stranded island when they should be busy trying to figure out how to get off of it? Suppose you pick a character in party mode. Well, in this minigame it doesn't matter who you pick, because they have literally no purpose here. They only even appear for like a second at the beginning. I have to question why they included the game Shepherd. It's one of the most pointless party games of all. You play as a dog that tries to get sheep into a barn before time runs out. Here's how it works. You walk up to a sheep and follow it around barking at it until it gets in the barn. So, basically, you just follow the sheep and spam the A button until you're satisfied. Happy birthday, Light! What do you want to do for your special day? Have a party? Yeah! I want to bark at sheep! Do you want to bark at sheep, little birdie? Yes, you do! Yes, you do! Don't you hate when your parents used to do that to you? Let me get this straight. The Super Monkey Ball series used to have Monkey Baseball, one of the best party games in the entire franchise. They bring back a baseball-related game, and I just can't. In Home Run Derby, pretty much all you do is swing the Wii remote when a ball comes towards you. It's not very often that you get a hit. When you consider how much effort they put into it compared to Monkey Baseball, that's just depressing. Remember free throws controls? Remember the whole carnival game thing? Ring toss, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, I have to admit, I do love the fact that it feels just like you're playing actual ring toss. But that, I mean, it's just as impossible. The ring never goes the way you set things up. Whoop. It's always a completely unexpected result. Not to mention, if you miss, an X pops up on the screen, even though it's pretty stinking obvious that you missed.
Maybe you'd have an easier time if you took off those gloves.
Are you saying that I stink? Maybe I could take off these gloves to hurt you.
Oh, that won't happen because you're round and ugly.
You have no right to say that whatsoever. Your nails are so long compared to mine, they look like they should be painted. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I have my finger raised in the air. I am trying to make a point. You are smelling, and I am right because I'm pointing.
Your sister.
No.
In case you can't tell, that argument was fake. Now for what every person imagined themselves doing when they picked up this game. Becoming a smith. Tell me, who would put themselves in a competition where the winner is the one who breaks the most rocks? Although I guess they don't care about that because they're happy even if they lose. Yeah, sure, whatever, not gonna ask, keep putting on your makeup. There's something about the controls in Monkey Smith that just doesn't feel right. It seems like it combines the pointless party game factor with the sloppy controls factor. And what's with the name? All the other party games starting with monkey have a space, then another capitalized word. So how's this one pronounced? Monkey Smith? We finally started the Big Ten. As for the party game that starts it off, that would be Monkey Boxer. I was never really a fan of Monkey Fight, but it's also one of the classic party games. That is, it was until it got removed in Banana Blitz. What did they replace it with? Where do I begin? Let's make fun of this monstrosity one by one. First of all, the round intro rips off of Mortal Kombat. Second of all, this person is beating up a young girl with a flower that somehow still stays attached to her head. Third of all, the gloves are floating. Fourth of all, the faces upon getting punched. Fifth of all, the hurry up sign is completely distracting. Sixth of all, if your body is desperate for water after the fight, good luck with that because you're in a desert. Seventh of all, nobody tells you to hurry up during a boxing match. That's just plain disrespectful. Eighth of all, these monkeys are not nearly as threatening as real boxers. Ninth of all, this is not nearly as enjoyable as Monkey Fight, and I was never even that big of a fan.